So my role this morning is to introduce the topic of AI-med and emerging technology in healthcare. And interestingly, it's highly likely that most of the people in this room know a bit more about it, or a lot more about it, than I do. But there are a couple of things that I'd like to talk to you about. One of those things is a little bit about myself. There we go, that's better. One of those things is a little bit about myself and how it is I've become so passionate about this space. And the other thing is about this concept of responsible AI intelligence, which is such a hot topic at the moment in the industry. And I'd like to do that by taking you through a bit of a thought process I went through recently. So I was sitting at work thinking thoughtful thoughts about technology and artificial intelligence and healthcare, and then I started thinking about, how do I use this device here? Do I have the slides access here? Or, yeah, there we go. Hey. So I was thinking about trust in healthcare, and what is it that builds my trust in the medical practice, and what is it that makes me feel comfortable to talk to my GP about my funny little ailments? And then I was thinking about, was it the Hippocratic Oath? And I started to realise, no, that's not necessarily it. That's something to do with that ethical ideal, but that's not necessarily it. So then I started to realise it's the mechanisms that sit around the medical practice or medical practitioners that's evolved over hundreds, if not thousands of years. Things like, here we go, things like all the successes and failures that have happened over hundreds of years, the governance or the regulation and the standards or the laws, and all these things have been built up over time. That's built my trust in the medical practice or industry. And then I thought, okay, well, what does it look like if we take a brand new technology like AI and bring it into the medical field? And how is it that we instill trust in this new technology that's set to redefine how we deliver healthcare? And the way that we can do that is by ensuring that we develop and innovate and instill the concepts from these mechanisms within the technology that we design and develop. So just a little bit about myself now and how I've become so passionate about this space. I was fortunate enough about 12 months ago to be a part of PwC's Responsible Artificial Intelligence offering. I was part of the project to help develop that offering. I did have a video, but it's not working, so unfortunately I don't get to show you the promo. And when I was working within that project, I was able to get a good look at the application of AI in different industries like financial services or manufacturing or retail. And there's great efficiencies and optimization that can be found with this technology. And when you boil it down to what is the benefit of that, really it comes down to profit a lot of the time. And that's not to say that doesn't hold true for the healthcare industry, because it does. But when I started to look at the healthcare industry and the innovation in prosthetics and diagnosis assistance and image analysis and all these incredible real solutions that affect real people every day and where it really matters, I really started to become quite passionate about this space. And I think, unfortunately I don't have the video, but I think it is really important that when we move forward, or whether it be through PwC or other firms or within your own organisations, that when we start innovating in this space, that we make sure we do it in a responsible and ethical way. So that's pretty much it from me. It's now my pleasure to introduce our MC, Professor Enrico Chiera. Trained in medicine with a computer science PhD in artificial intelligence, Professor Chiera has a research background in both industry and academia and a strong international research reputation for his work on digital health safety, decision support and communication processes in biomedicine. Enrico is the director for the Centre of Health Informatics, celebrating its 20th year in 2019. And he's the director for the NHMRC Centre of Research Excellence in Digital Health and director of Australian Alliance for Artificial Intelligence in Healthcare. Over to you, Enrico.